There are sounds parents pray they never hear at night. A crash, a cry, a scream. But what I heard, what came through the baby monitor that night, it wasn't human. My name is Rachel, and this is the story of the night I realized something else was watching my child. Soft creak of wooden floors, rain against a window. We had just moved into a new house. An old two-story place on the edge of town. It was cheap, a little too cheap. But at the time, we didn't care. My husband and I were excited to finally have a room for our baby girl, Lily. Her nursery was right across the hall from our bedroom. We painted the walls soft yellow, set up her crib, and placed a baby monitor on the nightstand. That first week was peaceful. Lily slept through most nights, and the monitor gave us comfort. Her tiny breaths, the little shuffles as she dreamed. But then one night, around 3 a.m., the monitor picked up something else. Static builds faintly, then a whisper bleeds through. I woke to a voice, not Lily's cries, not my husband's, a voice. It was low, raspy, like it came from someone who had been whispering for hours. I sat up, thinking maybe the monitor caught interference from a neighbor's radio, but then it said my daughter's name. Lily. I froze. My husband was dead asleep beside me. Slowly, I turned toward the glowing monitor screen. On the tiny display, I saw Lily sleeping soundly in her crib. But in the corner, I swear there was movement. A shape, a shadow too tall to be hers. I shook my husband awake. He brushed it off, saying it was probably feedback. But when we both looked back at the monitor, the voice came again. This time it whispered, "She's not alone." Faint sound of footsteps on wooden floor, monitor crackling. We rushed to the nursery. When we opened the door, the room was exactly as it should be. Lily, sleeping soundly, crib untouched, but the air was ice cold. And the monitor in my hand, even though we were standing inside the nursery, still showed the shadow in the corner. And the voice, louder this time, "Get out." I felt something brush past me, like static electricity raising every hair on my body. My husband grabbed Lily, and we backed out of the room. We tried to sleep downstairs that night. The monitor turned off, but just before dawn, I heard something on the baby monitor, even though it wasn't plugged in. Rachel. It knew my name. Thunder rolls, static sharpens. Distant crying sound from the monitor. The next night, against my better judgment, I turned the monitor back on. I wanted to prove to myself it was all in my head. At exactly 3 a.m., the screen flickered to life. Lily was in her crib. But this time, she wasn't asleep. She was sitting up, facing the corner of the room. Her little hands reaching out like someone was standing there. The voice came through again, clearer than ever. "Come with me." Lily giggled. I've never felt terror like that in my life, watching my baby laugh at something I couldn't see. I screamed her name, ran into the room, and the moment I touched her, the monitor shattered in my hand, sparks flying. When I looked back at the crib, there was something carved into the wooden frame. Words scratched deep into the wood. "She's mine." Silence, faint static returns. Lullaby plays brokenly. We moved out 2 days later. I burned that monitor, but sometimes, even now, in the dead of night, I still hear that static, and sometimes When Lily cries in her sleep, I hear another voice trying to soothe her. A voice that isn't mine. A voice that isn't human.